show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome. Yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to Tech Shamans. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good. I'm almost awake this morning. I had my
woke
coffee and everything else.
I woke up with the frog.
He sounds like a grizzly bear this morning.
Oh, my God.
Awesome.
It's horrible. Well, I have all the snot wranglers in the house.
Nice.
That's what I call them now. They're snot wranglers. Everyone are sick, man. It's like, God, stay away from me.
Yeah.
Now, this right here, we walked around the fair yesterday.
Oh, see, there
So
you
this
go.
could be all the dust
be
and
the
crap
stuff,
and all the
yeah,
other little
the
snot
humans.
wranglers that were running around. 'Cause
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. There was a lot of
We
snot
put-
wranglers.
Put your hands on everything, and it's.
Oh,
yeah.
you know, I don't.
No.
No, I'm weird that way.
Really?
In the bathroom,
Oh.
if it's not an open door, like you know how they have
Oh,
those
yeah, you-
corral
yeah.
things,
Okay.
I'm grabbing stuff to open. Yeah, no. So, so here's the fear.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna lay it out for you. Come to me, Rob. Do you have a Google Plus? Do you have photos up online? You know they're going down April 2nd. So
Yeah.
you need us today to back up your photos online.
For the low
No.
price of.
Yeah, what, $29.99 a month?
Yeah, $59.99 a month, whatever it is. Yeah, but you've seen the YouTube ads and you've seen
Oh
the
my
Facebook. You've seen
God.
Facebook. If you've seen Facebook, if you've been on Facebook and you've talked or looked at any photo sharing or anything like that, it's kind of all over right now. And today's soapbox currently is on the people that are taking advantage of the tech.
Hey.
I think.
Good morning, Chef Gaston. I tell you what, this brother man can cook.
Oh man,
I had
need that.
his barbecue sauce. Oh, bro.
Really?
Oh, bro.
Oh
I'm telling
man,
you right
I'm
now.
a barbecue. My girlfriend gets mad at me because I put barbecue sauce on salad, and so.
Do you really?
Oh, I do.
Oh,
Instead of salad
bet
dressing,
that-
I put barbecue sauce, and it was awesome.
Hey, Chef Gaston, what do you think? Is that good? Barbecue
Probably.
sauce on your salad? I mean, come on, dog.
Hey, I put barbecue sauce on everything.
Yeah,
so.
we Kelly interviewed him on the Edge show that we
Oh,
do.
cool. I'll check
And
that out.
it's kind of funny. We've been following each other because we have the Gaston name.
Yes, I love it.
His is first name, mine's last name.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway, great guy, great good. If you guys are looking for catering,
Thanks for watching.
Go Chef Gaston because that boy, he can cook.
Cool.
And I'm telling you, his barbecue sauce, which I got to try.
Oh,
Dude, so good. Anyway,
I'll have to come.
so
get
yes,
some bottles.
the
Yeah.
fear mongering. I'm over this.
Oh my gosh, it's
crazy.
It's insane. The level of the. So here's the deal. What has happened is there's Google Plus,
Right.
and Google Plus was originally Google's answer to Facebook, essentially. They
Right.
wanted like the sharing. They wanted to share everything, your
Right.
pictures, your hopes and dreams, and it's like a wonderful book. You know,
hopes and
oh my gosh, they wanted to share everything. It was going to revolutionize
nightmares.
everything, and it fell flat on its face. And the only thing it was good for is really people like me who did SEO and who put stuff on because Google still used it as a ranking factor.
Right.
So it was really good for online visibility and things like this. So if you're corporate, but for you and me, I never was like, hi, let's be friends. I'll share something on your, Google
Right.
Plus page, or I saw you on your Google Plus page. That never happened. So there's like 6 people on the planet using Google Plus.
Right.
However, it's tied in with a bunch of other stuff, like Google Phone. Like, you take a picture with your phone and then you upload it, and
iPhone
automatically.
iPhone too.
Yep.
I mean,
iPhone. Yeah.
so
It'll work.
It's not just a Google platform. It's
No,
across the board.
That's the thing. That's why it was so popular. And Google Photos is still super popular because it's platform agnostic.
Okay, so you're telling me Google Plus
Yes,
is not a part of Google Photos.
correct. They're like cousins, and Google Plus integrated Google Photos. However, the stuff that keeps your photos on your phone is Google Photos. I've gotten 3 text messages this weekend that were like, oh my God, Google Plus is going away. These guys had, one of them, these guys had a Facebook ad, and are these guys any good? And I said, by the premise of them advertising and scaring you, they're not good, you know. And so it was one of those type of things where Google Plus, if you used it for sharing your hopes and dreams or using it as a dream board or whatever you used it for, make sure that before April 2nd, you get all the stuff off it. You can download things really
Google
easily.
Plus.
Google Plus. Now,
not Google Drive.
No, not Google Drive.
Google Photos,
Docs,
not Google
nothing.
Docs, but
It's
just
Google
Plus. Right.
And so if you used it for whatever reason, you know, I don't know, you know, if you have Facebook, you're probably not a Google Plus user.
No.
You know, and so that's why Google is pulling the plug on it, because it was on life support for a long time because no one used it. And even though no one used it, there's still a lot of resources going to that. And
Right.
so they're going to take their people. They're not like laying off 300 people that work on Google Plus. They are moving those people to a couple of other platforms right now,
Right.
specifically mobile. And they're actually putting I know that they're putting the Google Plus folks, they're doing Google My Business now. They're moving into that thing, and there's a couple managers that are being reassigned, but otherwise there's not this big layoff because Google Plus is closing. And for you, if you've got Google Plus, go ahead and download whatever you want to on it. But
Right.
don't worry about your photos. You're
Don't
not going to
freak
lose
out.
all your photos. But there are a lot of companies that if you are looking for things or whatever it is, you'll see Facebook ads, and there's AdWords ads that are, Google Plus is closing down, you're going to lose everything.
Yeah, I got 'em.
And if you don't go to us, then you'll lose everything.
You're
and we make
going
it
to
easy
die.
yeah, you're going to die, and you'll lose all your memories. Now, I like online photo sharing because I used to not like it. I used to have my hard drives and I got a lot of it. But one of the things that I like on my phone is that usually with my phone, I don't do a lot of my corporate work. I do a lot of family stuff and take pictures of my daughter who hates that and things like that. And so all those, but it's nice to, because I don't think about it, it's nice to have all those photos in what would have been in the 1970s, a photo album.
Right.
And so I've got all these pictures, and I kind of like being able to look back and go, oh my gosh, remember in 2005 I did this thing? You know,
Right.
great, okay. It's nice to have, and you can have a million of them, and you can share them with different people and stuff like that, which is
Right.
cool.
Well, and that's how the whole Google Home thing works. So like I bought my mom. It's still at my house. I'm trying to set it up. I was gonna set it up here and then ship it up to her, ready to go. But the guy from Google, I went online for tech support. He goes, that might be a problem because when he gets up there, it's going to reorient itself.
Yeah.
So she has to be able to log in through her Wi-Fi and blah blah. And there's some things that might change. He says, but because what we did is we set up a family share.
That's so
Google.
cool, yeah.
So my brothers can put stuff in.
Yep.
Everybody can put stuff into this folder. Everybody has access to it.
That's cool.
And then those pictures will come up so she can see the pictures all the time.
And that ties in also, so for you people out there.
That's Google Photo,
That's
not
Google
Google
Photo.
Plus.
Google Photo, if you go on Amazon, there's about 300 people that sell Google Photo frames, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like the privacy issues and stuff. Hey, if I can have my parents look at, if I get them an 8x10 frame on the desk, and I can update those pictures with a current photo of my daughter or son doing something, or even me doing something that they don't care about. But my kids, they will, they'll be able to see that, and I can choose and pick which pictures I actually want them to see.
Exactly.
Which is kind of cool because my parents, that way I can interact with them, and they have something neat to look at. But that's the Google Home.
And that's the whole. And again, but that has nothing to do with Google Plus.
No. But
And
it's,
thing of it is,
it's the whole storage type of thing.
if you go back, and here's the thing: if you're that worried, go back and watch last week's show, Thursday's show.
Yeah.
Is it Thursday show? Yeah, we
Thursday.
talked. Yeah, because we talked. Adam, our computer shaman, spoke about a a little mini server.
Yeah.
That you can put in your house. And then you can actually set it up when you walk into your home or whatever, and they connect your phone, and you can
it'll upload all your stuff.
Right, it'll back it all up on there.
Yeah, and that's, for people who with security concerns and things like this, or people, with really young kids or something, they don't want people creeping on their kids or whatever it is. Totally good idea. I don't know if I want my stuff out on the cloud, but that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
and what it's easier than backing up your phone right now. Like, I have a lot of pictures on my phone because I just took a trip, but it's a lot easier than having to plug in your phone. And
I dump it.
Yeah,
I have a weekly dump because I use my phone for business. So because I use my phone for business, I have to constantly clean it off.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I set it up so I just set it next to my laptop. Everything gets dumped, and the laptop dumps to a server.
See, that's smart.
And then it deletes them all.
Yeah.
Because you got to be careful on an iPhone. If you delete from your iPhone, it'll also delete from your iCloud.
Yes, it'll sync.
and you have to let it. So
you have to tell it.
So as soon as my phone is backed up to the computer, right? The computer knows because I wrote a automator script that when iPhotos gets updated, it automatically backs those up to the server.
See, that's cool. Yeah.
And then I can go to my phone and go delete them all, and even though it says it's deleting it from iCloud, it's really not.
Yeah. Well, and so Google Plus and things, back to that,
Yes.
we're kind of leaning towards, originally this was talking about Google Plus. One of the things that's the most important is most people don't care about Google Plus, but they do care about Google Photos, and that was the question that I got, which was, should it go with another online storage thing?
Right.
And this does kind of talk about the aspects of the cloud.
Right.
So now, Google being Google, we know that they have their pet projects and they shut them down. There's certain things, though, that are popular.
Right.
They shut down stuff that's not popular.
Right.
Google Photos, super popular, so they're not going to shut that down.
Right.
However, you are at the mercy of changes to however they have stuff set up, if they want to charge you money, things like that. That not necessarily will ruin your life, but they could certainly inconvenience you.
Do you think it'll ever come to the day where Google will finally go, freeze over? Freeze over. Everybody's going to start paying.
I think they will. They will move to a freemium.
Apple did it. Okay, because in the beginning, if you had an iPhone, right?
Yeah,
if you had a Mac, you got a free email. I still have a Mac.com email.
So do I.
So that's how far back I go. I actually have a .apple.
Really? Oh, I don't even know that.
That's how old I've been with Apple.
Nice.
So in the beginning, you got 2 gigabytes.
Okay.
For free, right?
Yeah.
And then people like myself who are music guys, I love audio. So I took every album I own.
Put up.
I put every CD I own. I ripped them all, MP3'd them, and then put them up. And next thing you know, I called up and say, "Hey, I need more storage. What do I pay?" That was like, $2.99
6 nickels.
For another, 4 or 5 gigs.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
All right.
So now I'm at the premium where I'm paying like $9.99. I have a terabyte.
Yeah.
Because that's how much music I have, and every song I own. I literally have over 100, and I think it was last time I checked, 172,000 songs that legally I own.
That's the thing. That's Spotify and stuff are great, but they don't have the cool punk rock stuff that I own. And so that's one of those.
I put all that stuff up there. So Apple's like, well, hey, we're just on. So now to get, I think it's like 10 gigs is where they start now. It's something like $7.99 or $9.99, whatever it is. But on top of that, all that music is backed up on a hard drive.
See, that's smart.
I'm not going to rely on just. Okay, first of all, let's explain to people, because the question's not come up yet, but I'm pretty sure there will be a question at one point in time. Is what is the cloud?
Oh, very good. Very good question.
Because people go, what? It's in the
cloud? Yeah.
I'm like, what is the cloud? I'm
It's
like,
not an actual cloud.
Well, it's not actually a cloud. It's it's actually a server that we've all been using since day one of websites. Okay, they're servers. Now, some people, like Adam...
Which are servers are computers.
Yes, they are.
It's just a box computer.
And when I tell you there's a box of computers, there is a football field size building.
Times 100.
Times 100. That's probably 8, 9, 10 stories, plus 2 stories in the basement for cooling. That's where all these boxes live. I went and saw a server farm out in, what was it? It was Houston.
I went and saw the one in Arizona.
Oh, my God.
You're riding a golf cart.
Yeah.
There's the size of these servers. And when we say the cloud, these are servers. And when we say servers, they're just computers. They look and act just like if you had a server and a desktop next to each other, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference. But they do kind of different things, and they run a little bit different software. But they're designed... What they're designed to do better than your computer at home and mine is tie in with each other. So it's like the sci-fi things with their collective hive mind. That's what it is. It's a hive mind from Star Trek. But you're right. That whole, like, we were riding around in a golf cart to go see
with a parka. By the way, we had a parka on because it was like 20 and it was dry. That's why a lot of the server farms are out in the West.
Yeah, the Arizona
it's very
stuff,
dry. There's not a lot of humidity.
Yeah.
There was a couple that I visited, one in New York, and it wasn't huge, but what they'd done, they weren't vertical. They were horizontal. They had bought a building, and every single floor was nothing but servers.
There is a smaller one out in Tampa that runs...
Oh, the black building.
Yeah, it runs porn servers.
Yes.
And a couple cityscape servers. So yeah, that's the one out there. That's the cloud.
So because the people are like, well, it just goes in the cloud and it's just an ether, and I'm like, no.
No, it's.
You need to know where your cloud is because your cloud is located somewhere.
Yeah.
It has to be, and typically it'll sit on a back line, and typically those are military lines.
What's a back line?
A back line is internet. It's an internet connection feed, but it's the size of a Greyhound bus.
Yeah,
really it is. It's underground. It rolls and it comes in and feeds thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of computers.
Yeah,
off of routers that are so insanely expensive, it's just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought about it doing it. Now you can have your own cloud backup in your home.
Yeah.
Or in your office. A lot of people still do. And it makes it where you control your server internally and externally. You can actually, some corporates do that. Some corporations are all tied to their own servers. So you might be working in Boston, but your corporate is in LA, and your corporate out there has their own 2, 4, 6 floors of servers, and everything feeds to that.
You'll find that in places like power companies.
Yes.
Utilities, things like that. Things that typically don't have to go outside their realm.
Right.
So,
I remember back in the day, it was probably the mid-'90s, where we were all working with each other to make one big computer server, and everybody stored a little bit of everybody's crap.
Oh yeah,
remember that? It's like, and then it was like a hive mentality. So if you had, everybody that had a little, I had 2 servers that sat in my office this is like mid-'90s, 98, 99.
Yep.
In that area. And so I had one computer that connected to those, and that was always on the internet. Dial-up, of course.
Yeah.
DSL, actually. And then one computer was just my work computer. But I belonged to a group, and there was probably 800, 900 of us that we all used each other's computer to store stuff. It's kind of,
Yeah. And
that
was, so that's the origin. And the concept of the cloud hasn't changed.
Nope.
That's the concept. Is let's all take pieces of this and spread it out. And the cloud, being the cloud, there's economy and efficiency and savings in building these things huge and charging you $7.99 a month.
Right.
Because once these things are spun up and running,
Yep.
they're not super expensive or
No.
maintenance wise. You don't have, you'll have one of these huge places and you've got 6 dudes going around in golf carts fixing stuff
Yeah.
or replacing certain things.
So that's what the cloud is.
That's what the cloud is.
When they renamed it the cloud, a lot of us just rolled our eyes and went.
It's me as a marketing guy loves the cloud because I'm like, that's a good idea, as opposed to like, well, I'm uploading my, it doesn't sound as sexy as I'm uploading all my pictures to the server farm.
Right.
You know, so that's the easiest way to talk about it. But yeah, the cloud is the thing, and all these places now are offering their services on the cloud. And to be honest with you, if you're looking at some of these companies, look a little bit at their back end.
Yeah.
And see, there's a lot of people offering, hey, store your photos for $5.99 a month or whatever it is. Well, I want to say, I'll say half and see who comments or who sues us or whatever it is. I will say half of them are on what they call AWS, which is Amazon Server Farm.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And so they are basically reselling Amazon server services because Amazon has incredible services. They're really good, and their servers are awesome. They don't go down. They're just really good. However, their interface sucks, and so you really do need another type of company, unless you're a programmer that ties in and writes some.
Right.
What these companies offer you for storage and the Google Pluses of the world are the interface. So how easy is it, like Google Home, how easy is it to put my photos up and get them down and see them in some way that makes sense?
Yep.
And that's the interface. There's a bunch of programs you can do, but that's what you're paying for a lot of times is the ease of use. There's a couple, I mean, like Flickr has been around forever. Yep. That's one of the PhotoBucket. And these guys, those guys actually have their own servers and stuff like that. And so that's, they're bigger. There's Google Drive. Microsoft has tried to get into it with a stupid OneDrive. Adobe
that's one of the most aggravating pieces of software on a computer today. I can't get rid of it.
Microsoft is like
a virus.
It's like software designed by a bank.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the government designed your software.
Right.
But there, you know, Adobe has been really pushing the stuff. Like I've got a free version of, I pay for the Adobe services for design work, but you can also get a free version of Photoshop on your phone, or either iPhone or Android. And one of the things is what that is doing is they're trying to get you to feed into their cloud services.
Yeah.
They're never going to charge you for that, for the Photoshop. They are going to charge you your $9.99 a month for your photography stuff.
Right.
And so that's what they really want to do. The biggest thing is on, for like Google Plus, and Google Plus restricted you a lot to, you can upload JPEG pictures. That was it. And certain format. You can upload up to 20 megs or something like that. So the problem is that you couldn't upload a whole bunch of stuff, and you couldn't upload raw files.
Right.
One of the things that John brought up earlier, which is absolutely, I think, going to happen, which is they're going to go from free to what I call freemium, and it's going to be free if you upload stuff like under 20 megs, and you can upload 1,000 photos or whatever it is, some level of service. The next level is going to be that $2.99. The next level, it's almost like a Netflix or you know, HBO subscription or your cable services. Each thing goes up a little bit more.
Right.
Like my one of the things is like my phone. Like our phones, you know, it used to be you could take 1 billion pictures on your phones because they were like 2 meg files.
Yeah, they were tiny.
Now I've got like a 16 meg, you know, I got one picture is 16 megs, and if I have a video, you know, I just shot a video on here and it was only a few minutes, it was like 200 megs. And I want to upload that to my cloud.
Right.
And I think that they're going to get into, you know, here's what the problems are, is we don't like uploading all these heavy files. And so that's the thing. They don't like the more space. Now the cloud does have the cloud being the cloud still has boundaries.
Yeah.
And so when you upload a terabyte, you're taking up that little piece of their property. So I think they're going to start charging for that.
Remember when Carbonite came out?
Yes.
Okay, so Carbonite,
yes.
Carbonite is an online cloud service, right? Mm-hmm. And it's one of those services where they're like, and it was great. They gave you the cancer. What happens if your computer does this? It goes down and cracks. Well, why don't you do a weekly or a nightly backup?
Yeah, just automatically in the background.
We'll pull an image of the computer and blah, 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 and you'll always have a backup, right? Well, they kept calling us. And I'm like, hey, man, this service-wise, awesome service.
Yep.
But how long will it take you to back up a terabyte?
Yeah.
They're like, what? I'm like, actually, how about this? How long will it take you to back up a 4 terabyte? They're like, what are you talking about? I said, well, I do video. I said, you guys, I mean, they call
me all the time. Yeah, I got the same thing. I'm a photographer, and they called me all the time.
Right. So I'm like, yeah. I said, I've got, my main hard drives is a terabyte. My 2 working drives are 4 terabytes apiece. So you're looking at 9 terabytes.
Yeah, and I had 12.
That you want to do this every night.
All right.
I'm good with that. How long is it going to take you?
Week.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work. Stop calling me.
Yeah.
Great service.
That's the one thing. The one thing on that is the internet speed. One thing that seriously you want to look at is, so I want to back up my photos from my vacation or whatever. I just did a trip and I had 11 gigs of images because I shoot phones and stuff, but one of my other cameras I shoot, each shot is 120 megs.
Right.
So, you get a lot of, but uploading that, if you don't have a really good internet, speed from at your house or your office, you might want to seriously look at just doing a storage file, backups. Because if you, like you said, the Carbonite, they were saying that, it'll take, for you to back up your stuff, you're going to have to let us have it run in the background for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I was like, they said, you can make us a backup and send it to us.
Right.
And I was like,
I can make a backup. Why
if I'm
going to
make a backup, I'm going to say, if I'm going to have to buy a separate drive to back stuff up, I'm going to.
Doesn't make any sense.
No. But yeah, so if you don't have a really high internet drive, Google does this stuff in the background, so that's kind of cool.
Same thing.
You don't think about these on your phone; it just does it.
Apple does the same thing with iCloud. It just, because if you have that account and you sync everything, it's all going to one master computer.
Great, because you don't, if you take a few pictures, one of the things it does is it just starts sending that picture in the background.
Wi-Fi only, though. You can set it with mine.
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
you can set it for Wi-Fi only because I don't want to burn data when I'm out. Well, not that I care, but we have unlimited through AT&T. So
same.
I'm not, and AT&T is not a paid sponsor, by the way. So I'm just saying
they should be, but they're not.
They should. Yeah. Y'all, you want to be a sponsor?
Yeah.
You want to put your picture on our show?
Hey,
you reach out to me because I'll be glad to put your picture on my show.
Yeah, exactly.
But and Amazon now. Okay, so Amazon is a cloud service.
Yep.
Okay, and it's just and what people don't realize is all these people that are like okay, let's take HostGator. What's another one? There's several others. One-on-ones. Those all use Amazon services. They use a service.
What he's talking about is the people that are like GoDaddy. They offer to sell you domains. They offer to sell you websites. They offer to sell you hosting and email and stuff like this. Some of them have their own stuff, and some
GoDaddy
of them
has their own.
Don't. Yeah, GoDaddy has their own stuff. But some of these, like these one-on-ones and things, they're just resellers for Amazon or some of the other cloud services.
Right.
And so
it's like, okay, let's like glasses, right?
Yep.
There's only one manufacturer of glasses. You know that, right?
No.
It's Luxottica.
Oh, okay.
They're the people that make all the glasses. Adam Marine's Everything, I think, did a show.
Oh, that's so funny.
And so it's amazing that you can go to Lens Crafters and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Right? It's all made by.
That's you. Good.
It's all made by the same one.
Nice.
Luxottica.
Oh, okay.
So they make them all.
It's like the servers. Yeah.
Yep. And like right now, we're streaming through a company called Stream Monkey, right? But they're Akamai.
Oh, okay.
Or Akami, however people want to say. I say Akamai.
It's like some of your cell phone services.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these, Go Power, new thing, and Cricket, and all these. They're just reselling on the backs. What they do is they buy blocks of time. If you buy something for 3 cents and resell it for 5 cents,
right,
while most other people sell it for 7 cents, it seems like it's a pretty good deal.
Right.
But you just have to be able to buy a big enough block.
Because most towers for sale are either owned by AT&T,
yep,
or Verizon.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
or the towers are subcontracted out. These guys will go like I have a church I work with. They put a cell phone tower in the back, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So what these guys will do is they'll put the towers up and then they'll go lease it to AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile,
yep,
whatever. All those, because every one of those little masts you see up there are a different cell company, and whoever's on top has been paying the most.
Yeah,
that's exactly just the way it is.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
Yeah. No.
But again, it goes back to the very point of fear mongering. It goes, you're going to get back into the, well, I don't want to lose my pictures. I don't lose my videos. I don't want to lose all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then all these jackals come out of the woodwork going, well, Google Plus is going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Google Plus is going away.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean
your
Google Photos or
and
Google Drive.
Yeah.
That's all going to stay there.
All these other, Google Docs and all this other stuff. Those are the things that people are using. So that's the biggest thing is be careful and do some research on some of the things that come out of the woodwork when they love telling. People love telling you, and it's cheap to run a Facebook campaign right now and say, oh my God, and then
$20,
$20, and then they can get a couple $1,000s worth of revenue off at $20, and so that's something you want to take a look at. The other thing is on the sharing on the photos and things is, like Google Photos and Flickr and those, they give a pretty good interface. So you can go and see, like if I go, I'd love to go and take a trip down memory lane, and you can go and look at all your photos, and it's pretty easy to go and see.
You can go back, because you can go back and say, I just want to see stuff from 2017 in May.
But that trip I
took.
There
it is,
yeah.
Exactly.
And that's kind of fun. Not all the online storage websites have those interfaces like that. And so that's or what I found was there was a couple like Carbonite that, Carbonite, for instance, they didn't do it, but basically these companies, what they'll do is they'll back up your stuff. However, if you want to go and look for a specific file, like, oh no, I deleted that one video of that, of the Loch Ness Monster, and I need to go and get that file. Well, they say, yeah, we backed up all your stuff, but it's in this thing over here. If you want access to it, you either have to pay for us to back up the whole thing, so that's like $100, or you have to buy our $49 a month service that allows you to go and see all your files and then request individual files.
Right.
So all these things, don't always go with the cheapest.
Nope.
Go figure out what you want to do with the pictures or whatever you're trying to back up, then go from there and make sure that particular service does those things for that price that they're offering it for.
I'll stick to the old way of doing things. You go see Adam,
yes,
our computer guru, our shaman, and you go to him and say, hey Adam, I want to make myself an internal server for all my pictures and videos and my kitty shots and blah blah blah, and he will actually set you up and he will show you how to use it, and you will be just right as rain. And John bringing us up a good point of there's a lot of things you could do yourself, and some things are just easier and less painful to have someone else that knows what they're doing just do it for you. Yeah.
Just go, hey, you or Adam, this is my goal. I want Grandma to be able to see my photos in Saskatchewan or whatever it is. And I want in LA, I want my brother to see the photos. and I want to keep the photos on here. What do I do? And I also want to take pictures with my DSLR and have my camera. What do I do?
Right.
Hook me up. And that's sometimes the easiest way of doing it, because a lot of these services only take a certain file format, for
That's
instance.
correct.
And so like my stuff, I shoot what they call a RAW file, which is uncompressed and all this other stuff, and there's not anything added to it. And a lot of because they're different, a lot of the companies don't like that, because they know that professionals are shooting RAW, and so they know that I'm going to shoot and upload a lot of stuff. And
Right.
so they want to charge me for that.
Right.
Because they know it's a value of it.
And you know, and that's something else too, that when you take photos on your camera, or your phone or whatever, and when you upload to a cloud service, you will get some degradation to it.
One of the experiments I ran in one of my art classes was we uploaded and downloaded a JPEG picture 100 times. And it basically is unusable at that point.
Yep.
Because JPEGs are compression. Basically what happens is they take some pixels out to make it smaller file, which is great. And normally you would never know. You could make a poster this big, or as big as the TV or whatever it is. So you could make a poster this big, doesn't matter.
Right.
With JPEG, no problem. However, there's certain things that photographers want to do, and so if you make it bigger, it looks worse. The larger it gets, the worse it looks. But for JPEGs, every time you upload or download them, you lose some of those pixels.
Right. Same thing with a video.
Yeah.
So if you take a video
Yep.
of little Susie's dance recital, it looks beautiful on your phone, and then you're going to start sharing that. Oh, Grandma needs to see it, or I'm going to put it up here, or I'm going to go download it. The minute you share it through the web, it has to be compressed. It has to. So in other words, you took a picture of a elephant.
Yep.
But it needs to make it the size of a mouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And that when you share that mouse, and then they try to go big with it again, oh, it's going to look like crap.
It's horrible.
It's the very. I'll give you the very a perfect example. We were at the carnival yesterday, or the fair, right? And at the fair they had a circus.
Okay.
Okay, and we walked up to the circus, and here's these beautifully printed banners. Well, supposedly, right?
Yeah.
And then you started looking, and everything was fuzzy, and it's like, wow, that. And then on the bottom of it, it was like photos taken by. I'm like, I would not have.
I would not want my stuff on there. I know.
Because the pictures were so blurry. Now I know it wasn't the print, and I'll tell you why I know it's not the printer, because up top where it had the name of the circus, they overlaid
crystal,
they overlaid a brand new type over that, and that was perfect. I'm like, wow.
Yep. And that's what the difference in the file formats and the JPEGs and stuff. And you're right about the videos is what where are you sharing this? And the problem with some of them is not Flickr, but there's a couple others. Where's my let's see. YouTube. Well, OneDrive, for instance,
right.
and YouTube.
YouTube will compress.
And what happens with the compression is that even with some of the drives, when you upload, they compress as well.
Yes.
You don't get to decide. That's why we're talking about check your service and see what is you want to be able to. There may be a different level also. It may be $2.99 for compression, and $9.99 a month for uncompressed files.
Right.
And it still compresses them a little bit.
Yeah, they still have to do something, because you're taking an elephant and you're putting it through a pipe the size of a straw.
A garden hose, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To put it onto a server. So they're going, squeeze it, put it in there, and now we'll unsqueeze it. Oh, wait a minute, we lost some.
And like, for instance, for 99% of stuff, if I'm taking a recital or something like this, that's no big deal. However, there are I have some friends who are in photography, and they like to be, they want to, he's like, I got a friend who's taking pictures of hummingbirds, and he's constantly like, this isn't quite in focus and things like this. And I was like, yeah, man, but the worst thing is A, you're shooting in JPEG, and then B, you're uploading it to Facebook or something like that you're getting compression.
Right.
And even even some of these places like Flickr and stuff like that, you're printing from that, and so it degrades it too.
Yeah.
But for 99% of us, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be okay.
Right. But it just depends on if you're into the photography or what you want to do with it, or the videos and sharing those. It may be one of the things that we were talking about a little bit earlier is the interfaces. So I want to upload videos. Where can I see those? Can I see those on the platform itself? That would be awesome, because then you can just share a link from that thing to Grandma.
Right.
And Grandma, just go into your email and click on this, and it'll automatically come up as this web page and play, and then you're good to go.
Right.
And that's a pretty good, that's worth paying for.
Again, and because they're only going to be playing on a screen this big, it's
yeah.
fine.
And they're only playing on this. This is a certain resolution
Right.
they can handle.
To put it on something like that may not be the best thing in the world. I watched a guy try to do a presentation at a network meeting.
Oh no!
He had the video on his phone that he had downloaded from something else.
Yeah.
So he put it up there, and it was like, and this guy was a videographer.
Oh.
This is some of my work, and everybody's looking at it going,
wow.
Does it always look that bad? Literally, it's one guy. Does it always look that bad? Because I'm not sure I'd want to use you. Whoa!
Yeah.
I mean, the guy got called out on it. I'm like, okay, well, that was kind of mean. I'm not sure I kind of would have said it that way, but so when you're trying to impress people, okay, so
yeah.
I mean, we've literally, I've been, Anyway, so I'm not going to throw anybody on the bus, but anyway, it was know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest takeaway.
And get the compression stuff like that for what you're trying to do.
If whatever's figure out what's important to you. It may be that I have one friend who goes out all the time, and she loves taking pictures, and she loves documenting her entire life. And she will go out on Saturday and take 50 pictures of multiple people, and it's great because they're on storage, and you get to see that, and you can share those and things.
Right.
Super. That's all they care about. They care about being on a phone,
right,
or an iPad. That's all you're ever going to be on. Maybe that's what you want. I want to be able to store unlimited photos. They look okay.
Right.
They're documenting my life, whatever it is. I even do some behind-the-scenes stuff when we're out on locations and things like this. I don't need, it's on my blog. I don't need, to see all the stuff really clearly or wonderfully. And so figure out what you want to do with it. But make sure that when you're doing free or freemium, try, I always tell people, try the free stuff first.
Right.
And like these freemium services are like Flickr or even the Googles or whatever it is. And try it free and see if you like that interface.
Right.
Before, I always try and help people with that first. Figure out if it's easy to use. And see what you like to do on it before you make a money commitment. If they have a 14-day free trial, try that. Take 10 pictures that you want to try, load them. Know that, and take pictures, for instance, I tell people to test. Take a picture that looks really good, and when you look at it on your computer screen, it's super sharp, and the colors are nice and everything, then upload it. See what happens.
Right.
See if there's a color shift. See if there's, it's a horror show. And also see how easy it is to see it online or upload it, and see how easy it is to download it. And
we
send
use,
it to
for our major stuff, we use Dropbox.
Yeah.
Because I found that they are less compressive. Takes longer to get them up.
Yep.
Takes longer to get photos up and images up, but less compression.
Yeah, I'm on the board of directors for an art gallery, and we use Dropbox to take the big pictures they send me, and to put them on the web.
Right.
It's great because you can actually use that, and Dropbox works pretty well. Their biggest thing is I always seem to be running out of space on Dropbox. Dropbox love to send me messages on, hey, you're out of space, give us more money.
Right.
That's the, you pay a premium, however.
We pay the premium, we have 2 terabytes.
Same here. So, yeah.
To us, it's, and, here's what everybody forgets with Dropbox. And, a lot of these, actually, this is what if you don't need to keep those files up there,
delete them.
Go delete them.
Yeah. I learned that the hard and not expensive way. But yeah, that's the thing is, say and here's what you can do on Google Drive too, or the Google Photos. Go to Google Photos and look at the 16 shots of a tree that you took at Christmas time.
Do you
delete
need those?
Get your wine, put on some music, and go through your Google and just relive, go down memory lane, but also delete half your stuff because you really don't need it. And then when the nice thing about doing that is that A, it's therapeutic, and B, you are able to search a lot faster later on.
Right.
So when you are looking for that photo of Timmy by the Christmas tree, it's a lot easier to find that in 14 pictures from December of 2015 than it is to 400.
Exactly. And that right there alone, it says itself. So
yeah.
So folks, look, we've only got about 12. No, we got about 12 minutes.
Okay.
Not 10 minutes, but it's very important. So we've given you these tips. Don't freak out because Google Plus is going away. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Make sure that all your stuff from Google Plus that you do have on there, download to Google Drive.
Yeah.
Which probably already is.
Or Google Photos.
Or Google
should
Photos.
be on there already.
So one of those.
However, check it.
Yeah, but check it. Do a purge.
Yeah.
Clean it up. I mean, you don't always
need all this stuff.
Yeah, like you say, do you need 15 shots of that Christmas tree? I mean, and literally, they're probably, you shot, oh, and you and you didn't delete them, so they just automatically back up, right? So now it's time to go in there. That's the perfect shot. These can go away.
Yeah.
Right? If you're afraid of the cloud going away one day, which, we're only a flip of a switch away. Mm-hmm. It's just one click, and everything goes bye-bye. Yeah, and all they'll do is say sorry because you signed terms of service. That's right. So you probably need to go to, I don't care if you go to Best Buy, Office Depot, Amazon. Tiger Direct, Amazon, Walmart. It doesn't matter. Go buy yourself a 4 terabyte external hard drive and download everything to it. Now, this hard drive can be important because you can scan your insurance documents. Mm-hmm. You can scan your driver's license, your birth certificates. You can scan all that stuff and put it as a backup inside your hard drive. And that includes taking pictures of your house, your cars, your stuff in your house. Yeah. Do a video. Do a big backup of everything you've got and keep this thing in a nice, cool, not cold and wet, but cool space, and that thing will last forever. Or if you really want to go, like all your insurance documents and all your other stuff, and maybe even some of your pictures, put it in one of those. Go to Walmart and get one of those small fire safes. Yep, that's put even better. Here's a tip also before we go is, so I had significant others that were super guilty of, we had 14 boxes of kids' drawings and kids' things and kids' everything, and they're stacked up. Take your phone and take a picture of those things from 3rd grade. Come on, your kid's 17 years old, and this is up in the attic from 3rd grade. You don't have to really throw them away. You can take a picture of all this cool artwork that your kid did, or the first time they drew in cursive. Take a picture of it and upload it and put it on that 4 terabyte drive. Yep. Now you've captured it forever. Now you don't have to hold that and put it in your attic. But when your kid's 22, you can show their kids, hey, here's your picture that look at mommy and daddy drew. Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. So that's a fun thing to do also, is if you have, grab a bottle of wine on some weekends, and if you feel like cleaning your stuff, spring cleaning,
go ahead and do it that way.
Of course,
Take
you
a
might
picture of it.
want some tissues there too, because there might be some stuff in there that
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
oh, look at this! Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But that's a fun thing to do,
Right.
So, and you could do it with them.
And you could. It could be a
a
family day.
Yeah, it could be a family day. Let's keep your stuff. So, yeah.
Right. So that being said, and I know we got plenty of time.
Yeah,
we
good.
got like 8. Yeah, I got 8 minutes.
Okay.
7 minutes, kind of like. So here's something funny that has been on Facebook before, but I actually did some research into it the other day. And actually, at the state fair, I was looking at some of the. We'll walk through the agricultural side, and they all went and started seeing all these branding. Like where people have brands. Today we have gone back to the days of Egyptian.
Really?
Because we are now speaking in hieroglyphs. Think about it.
Really?
Well, everything's an emoji now.
True.
So all these emojis that we're seeing on our phones and on our tablets and on our voice or our emails, our text, that's the way the Egyptians. It was
true.
hieroglyphs, right? I mean, hieroglyphics, right? The little symbols for a word. So that's how they spoke.
Yeah.
We're going back.
Yeah. My life is a poop emoji.
Yeah. Exactly. Was it eggplant? Or I don't
exactly.
know. Heart. Yeah. But it's amazing. And I've seen the joke. I've seen the running meme.
Yeah.
It's like, but you can't get truer than that. I mean, seriously.
It is true. You can communicate. You could send a whole text message
Pure emoji.
by emojis, and you'd pretty much get the gist of, am I in trouble? Where are we going to go eat?
Yeah. Or am I getting some?
What's going to go on? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring that up because to me that was absolutely fascinating that we have gone full circle now.
Oh yeah, you could send you can send an entire communication with. You could tell a story with emojis.
You can. And I've seen it happen.
My kids are really good at that. So.
Yeah, mine are too. I ask them, what does that mean? They're like, you don't want to know. I'm like, really? I don't want to know?
Oh, yes, I do.
I need to know.
And now I need to know.
Now that you said I don't need to know,
I definitely want to know. Yeah, exactly. I have to know now.
And the Urban Dictionary has given us words, and it's kind of...
And emojis and explanations and...
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
My pastor is doing his whole series on... of an Urban Dictionary what was shoot?
Huh.
Oh my God! I cannot believe I can't remember that.
That's
and
funny.
I just did it. Say it's you plain or you whatever. I'll figure it out. Anyway, it's good. But he does it. He'll do that. He'll go and find today's relevancy. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's pretty dang good.
Pretty interesting, yeah.
So.
Well, half the time it is interesting because nowadays we really like encapsulating an entire thing or description of someone in one word.
Right.
That's a big thing. That, we've always done it, but now it's really, whatever it is, whether you're a Dilbert or whatever you are, So
what would be a good? Okay, so let's give people some good for backup, solid backup online that you like.
For images, I like Flickr. I like Google Drive. I like Dropbox. But for photos, I like kind of Flickr the best. Adobe Creative Cloud is okay. Those are the main kind of ones.
Basic.
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 Go with the simple. Yeah.
So Flickr.
Flickr, Google Drive, Google Photos. Google Photos is still one of the easiest and freest and least painful to use, other than like Flickr.
That's what I have found.
That's I'm always kind of go with the simplest unless you need something more than that. If it restricts you in some way or it pisses you off and you don't like using that interface, great. but you don't need a smug mug. You don't need some of the other ones that you really have to pay $29 a month for. There's no reason for it,
right?
Unless you're trying to sell your pictures on Etsy or whatever it is.
Well, that's a different. That's a whole different topic.
Yeah,
we could get into that if you guys want, but that's not today.
But we could do that. Can you make money with your hobby using technology?
Right.
But
so for video, if you're going to do video, then I suggest YouTube is free.
Yep.
A basic Vimeo is free.
Yep.
I mean, but it's you'll eat up space quick, and then you'll start paying.
Yeah.
But then that's if you want to show the two.
Yep.
Even Facebook you could use, but I'm not sure how long Facebook is going to start holding videos.
I think they're going to.
Their servers are going to fill up pretty quick.
Yeah, my feeling is they will get to a freemium level as well. You'll start being at a $9.99 a month type of deal.
Right.
Or they will start monetizing your videos, and you'll get to watch Susie playing, basketball, but there'll be a 15-second pre-roll commercial in front of it,
which is
fine,
anyway. But and then but if you're looking for storage backup, for that, Google Drive.
Yep.
Or Dropbox. See, I'm a big Dropbox. I've used them.
I've used Dropbox since they came out. Yeah.
And they've just been so. And the compression is not super bad. There is some, but it's minimal at best.
Yeah.
And that's how we transfer files to clients.
And Dropbox is pretty. And one of the things you can do on Dropbox as well is they're huge into sharing. So if you get them more clients, they will give you free space.
Oh yeah, that's
their big thing. You shouldn't have to pay. If you have any friends, you shouldn't have to pay for Dropbox, because you can get the free service, and then if one person signs up, I think you get another 500 megs or some ridiculous large amount.
Yeah.
And so
500 megs, that's not a large.
Well, I mean, but like for one
you
person
probably get
signing up,
I think you get like 2 gigs or 5 gigs or something like that.
Something, but that's a good.
Oh, look here, Rob already read my mind. So look, if you have questions, if you have thoughts, if you have comments, if you think we're full of crap, you are more than welcome to go to Tech Shamans at webeamtv.com.
Yep,
you can email us. We would like to hear from you, or hit us up on Facebook on the WeBeam TV Facebook page.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're done.
We're done.
This is good. It was a good show.
Yeah.
I know we stuck on the whole sharing, but we got to go. We'll see everybody on Thursday.
See ya. Thanks.
Shamans, we understand, cause we are the Tech Shamans. Dude, I got this cool thing to show you. Really, man? Yeah, it's far out and technical and stuff. Awesome, yeah. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Come on and turn it on. Tune into the Tech Shamans. Cool.